Hi everybody and welcome to Taking Your Class to the Next Level. I'm Ryan Reed, Instructional Technologist. Well, for quite a while here we've heard about a wonderful new app coming out from creator Tony Vincent, better known as the World to Learning at Hand. Well, finally the wait is over. Stick Around is here by MorrisCooke, who also created, of course, Explain Everything. Stick Around is a fantastic creativity app that actually allows you to use stickers to create puzzle games which you can actually use for yourself, studying, or for your students for work activities, lessons, and many, many more things. I mean, there is almost a limitless supply of what you can actually do with Stick Around. So how does it work? Let's get into it, shall we? So here is Stick Around. Right here is this lovely icon right here which has a pull and peel star sticker. You gotta love it. So let's open that app right away after all that. So once you come out to it, you're going to come to the main project screen. Now this is going to have the default projects listed first, and they're going to go in the order. Anyone you've created will be on your top left unless you want to resort them. Otherwise they're going to go by customizing rocks, cell biology, labeling states, ordering decimals, parts of speech, planets, presidents, which a lot of my elementary school teachers are going to be using here in the spring semester, and the water cycle, which is another one my upper level elementary students are going to be using here coming up in the spring semester. So here are your projects as they are and everything, and as you can see, if you look on the top here, the puzzles are sorted in the same way. Now the puzzles actually work in a very similar fashion. I'm going to open up an example right here with Mount Rushmore, since we're going to be doing the presidents a lot. First of all, it's going to bring up here, which is the description mode. It tells you exactly what it is, what it's for, where is the main web link. In this case, it's MorrisCooke.com. The topic is social studies and history, so you can either start, cancel, or start. I'm going to start, of course. So first thing it's going to do, once the puzzle loads, it's going to give you exactly what the puzzle looks. And as you can see right here, we have each of the presidents from Mount Rushmore in order as well as the name. You have to match those names. Now, as you can see right here is the pull tab. So if I take my finger, I pull this right out. And I can do this back and forth. Now, all I have to do is grab each one of these and put them in the correct corresponding president. So let's start with the easy one, which is Teddy Roosevelt. And then, of course, we will go Lincoln. Now, let's see here. Now, this is definitely George Washington, and this is definitely Thomas Jefferson. But watch what happens when I put the wrong names there. I'm going to pull this right over here. I'm going to pull away the tab, and then, of course, I'm going to hit the old check button. Oops, it's not solved correctly. Okay, well, let me double check something. I do have an information button on each of them. Let me click on Washington here. George Washington was the first president of the United States. He was commander-in-chief. Okay, let me look at Thomas Jefferson. Was American founding father, principal author of Declaration. Well, since I know for a fact that these definitely are Teddy Roosevelt and Lincoln, I just must have these two mixed up. So I'm just going to quickly pull and grab these with my finger, put them in the correct order, and I'm going to hit check. And I won. I am incredible. I can enter my name right here. I know I'm going to go old 80s style here and put my initials. And once that's all done, I can do two options. I can just hit OK, or I can save it to the camera roll. I'm just going to save this to the camera roll because I want to remember that I was incredible. And I'm going to close that off really quick. And I'm going to go right to the photos. And once that all pops up right there, oh, there it is, camera roll. This gives me the fact that I got them in order. It doesn't say I won a medal, but it was just something to, moment myself here there. So I can always save that to the camera roll. So let me go back to Stick Around. So that was the puzzles there. As you can see, that was pretty well information and everything. Like I said, these were pre-created ones. If I check my recordings button, which is up top, this is going to have recordings that are screencaps imported from Explain Everything. So if you have both Explain Everything and Stick Around, you're able to import anything from Explain Anything right into Stick Around here. This one right here is just exactly how that all works right here. It's a great tutorial by Tony Vincent. I definitely highly recommend it. It's great. If not, you can go over to here to the information button right here, which is the question mark, which will also bring up most, as well as the information button, which gives the full information exactly on how this works. And as you can see, there's a select button. So I only have one screencast imported from Explain Everything. I can't really select, but I will show you how that works in a little bit. So now that we've gone over the basics, exactly what Stick Around is and how the puzzles and games work here, let's go create one. So I'm going to go right over here to projects. I'm going to hit the plus button. I've already created one here I did for another tutorial. So I'm going to hit the plus button. It's going to ask me, do I want to create it, add it from Dropbox, add it from WebDAV, or add it from Google Drive. And I will talk about these two towards the end, exactly how you import those. But right now we're going to create a brand new project. So I'm going to hit that. You have your options right here. You can create a blank one. You can make a Venn diagram, timeline, which I really love. And actually, this is what I'm going to be doing a little bit here. You have smallest to largest, which works really well. Sequence of 9, sequence of 6. Largest to smallest. Definitions, which is great for English classes. And, of course, 2 columns. This works great for pros and cons. I'm going to give you this a high mark right now. If you're a history teacher or in world government or anything, this is really what you want to use. You want to use both the 2 columns and the Venn diagram here. That's just my honest opinion, but I say they're hugely. But today I'm going to do a timeline. So I'm going to click on timeline. It's going to segment. If there's a problem, it'll tell you. If not, you just hit it again and it'll eventually redo it. So there we go. So I'm going to have to go right into this really quick. So here is my timeline, as you can see. Now it's going from left to right and everything else. So as you can see, we have background, stickers, an answer key. Now it's pretty simple to do all this, and I'll show you right here. So I'm going to grab the sticky tabs right here. If you have an A on it, this means this is a text sticker. If this is a picture icon, this is a picture one. If this one has all of them, this can be done on all forms here: text, picture, and drawing here. So what I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here of the A sticker. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to grab 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope you're all keeping score. That's 10, everybody. 10 stickers. So I'm going to hide this again. So now here comes what I'm going to do here. So each one right here has the year, and this is an empty column, which you can do anything else. So I'm going to actually put in the year here, actually, which is not really the year. I'm going to put in beginning. I'm actually going to put in the order of sequence here. I'm actually going to do a timeline of how coffee is made. So I am going to do that. So first I'm going to tap on this. It's going to go right here. If I tap on it once, it's going to give me the expansion icon. If I use my finger, I can make this bigger, wider, anything. I highly recommend filling these out first and then moving them into spots, so that way you can form fit these a little better into the boxes. If you have a template, it's just a little easier. Right now, I'm just going to do it this way. So I'm going to double tap on that, and it's going to give me here. And I'm going to say, right now, I'm going to say sorting. Finish that. Do the next one. Double tap on that. I'm going to go roasting. Finish that one. I'll put that there for later. And then I'm going to do... Oh, yes. I'm going to do grinding. And then I'm going to do brewing. And then finally, I'm going to say enjoy. You'll get the joke later. So there they are. I am now going to put these in order. So I'm going to tap it once. I'm going to expand it as close as I can to this box. You don't have to do this. Actually, something I like to do in timelines is actually I like to make them a little bit bigger than the previous box, so it kind of goes in order like on a pair of stairs. It also gives students a little way to think about how they can actually do this. That's my honest opinion. Do whatever you would like, whatever works for you. That's why we're all in education. So I'm there. So there right now exactly are my timelines: sorting, roasting, grinding, brewing, and enjoying. So now I'm going to put in the pictures that are going to be associated with that, and I'm going to drop them in each one of these categories that I have set up right here. So I'm going to double tap on this, and as you can see, it's right here: photo library, camera, Dropbox, WebDAV, a Google Drive. Of course, I have everything previously saved from a web search. So I'm going to go to my camera roll, and I'll make this a little easier on myself and just do that. You can edit the image if you want to, so you can cut it out, crop it, do anything. In my case, I'm just going to hit done. And once I tap on this, of course, I can shrink these down just by pinching, as you can see. Very simple. Rotate it if I would like to. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to do the same with this one. Let's see here, roasting. There it is. And finally, enjoying. Reminds me, I want to take a little sip of my coffee right now. Those who are not coffee drinkers, I bet you're all probably want to get your tea or morning drink right now. So anyhow, so there's my order of everything. Now, if I want to change anything like background or colors, I can go right over here to the background mode. As you can see, that only does this. That's what it's only going to do. So if I go over here It's not going to adjust it because this color is not meant for background. If you have the full, as we call it, gray screen, which has the dots in the white screen, then you can adjust the color any way you want to. You're more than allowed to do that. But as you can also see here, you have each of the options here too if you want to adjust these. But as you can see, here's stickers, here's my answer key, which we're going to talk about in a second, and play. But right now I'm going to go in the background. I'm going to just touch on these, and I'm going to go from there. Now, just a little something to show you know really quick. This is actually a really fun one. This is the arrow button. If I do this, you actually can make the arrows. So let's say I wanted to do that and I wanted to turn it around. I could actually make 2 timeline arrows if I want to. I have that option. It's very similar to explain everything. So once I do that, I hit the information here. I have the ability to lock this image, says the background, send it, bring it forward or backwards, or even duplicate. If I want to make 2 arrows, I can do that. And if I want to delete it, though, I can hit the X button here, tap on them, and then just delete them as I go. Very simple. Yeah, so of course you can add some text if you like to right here. Just tap on the screen. Pretty nifty. Don't want that. Get rid of that. If you want to rotate anything, you can go do the back button right over here, so I can always go back to what I did previously or hit it again. And if I just want to draw, I can hit this option right here, and I can draw. And as you can see, when I'm on the draw icon, the eraser shows up. So if I make a mistake or anything, I can actually erase it if I want to, or I can hit the back button. This only works in the background feature. So stickers are on their own option, backgrounds are their own option. There's the answer key. So we're going to go back to stickers. So I have everything pretty much where I want it to go. Now if I want to change the color, I hit the information button on the sticker. I hit that. I can make these all red. Or I can make them of various other colors if I like to. It's a lot of fun. And then once I'm done, I just hit the I buttons too. Now, if I want to actually add a link, say brewing here, or say I want them to watch a quick little video that shows on how to brew coffee, I can hit the link button here. It will say use link. You click on use link, put in the URL, and you're done. Not going to cancel. If you want to, you have this wonderful arrow button right here, which actually does a next to next button. This is pretty cool, and then you can actually adjust it wherever you want. So you actually can hit the button here if you want to log up everything. And if you want to, you actually can record a little miniature segment right here by just hitting the record button. You hit it, and it will let you do a little bit of the information. And you can even add some text if you want to. And that's how the stickers work right there. So I'm going to quickly show you how this works with the answer key. So once I have everything the way I want it to, I hit the answer key. And as you can see, it will color coordinate all these. So I will now hit the little option right here, circle, square, whatever. I usually do this option because then I can just circle it, lock them into place this way. Drawing and locking in the answer for me on the puzzle. And you can do this any way you want to. You can actually do circles, you can actually do squares, and it will lock them in for you. And once that's all finished, you're ready to play the game. So now that I have my answer key all correct and ready to go, I can test this out by just simply hitting the play button. So it'll ask me right here, whoops, sorry, error, you have an answer key region collision. Uh-oh, correct it by moving answer key regions around so you don't overlap. Whoopsie, you know where I did that? Let's take a wild guess here, everybody. Oh, that's right, my answer key and my brewing is all messed up. So let's take care of that. So let's get back to my stickers. Let's get that option taken care of. So I can double tap that. I'm going to do my circle here to get that error. And that way, that's all good. So now, all right, so now I've corrected all these. So now I can go ahead and play it. So let's pull out my answer key here. And let's start getting these things in order. So I know how this works, actually. So I'm going to just quickly pull everything out and fix them. In this order. Put that away. Get these right. And then, of course, once I'm all done, I'm going to hit the check button. Nope, it's not solved correctly. Where am I messed up here? Yay! I won! Way to go! Woo! I am set. So, I've played this, I've tested, all works good, so let me get the information down here. So I'm going to do this. You could have done this at the beginning. I chose always to do it later on in case anything changes. So I'm going to hit the puzzle name here. I'm going to change this, of course, to coffee making. I can put an audio description here. I can just do that by hitting the record button. This is the order of events and how you make coffee. If I did a tutorial and explain anything, I can import it here. I can put the author name here, which is, of course, my name. If I have a web link, I can add it here, and then I can choose my topic here. And we're going to basically just make this, let's make this science. I mean, coffee is a science. And then any Common Core standards, if you want to, you can do right here. I have math and everything. I don't really have anything here, so I'm not going to do it. And then I can set right here my grade level. Well, as much as my 3-year-old likes to take care of how to brew coffee, I'm going to set this age level to actually be 4th grade through 8th grade. So I can also do a measured time if I want to. So I can do a timer or a countdown here. So if I hit countdown, it'll say right here, do you want to do 1 second or 2? Or I can just do a regular timer. I'm not going to do that. And then I can do the answer key as being invisible, visible, or have icons on here. And then, of course, I can put in the description. And once that's all finished, we're good to go. I then have the option here to export it. And it'll say right here, do you want to display a solution before beginning puzzle? I can say yes to this because I'm actually going to throw this out for some 4th graders and see if they can understand it. I'm going to hit export. It's going to take a second. It's going to create the puzzle. Depending on how big your puzzle is and how many steps and if there's recordings or anything to it will depend on how long it takes to export or load. Just giving you a heads up right now. So when I'm all set, and there, right there, is my coffee making puzzle. So now, if I want to, I can hit select. I can click this guy. And now I can export it or copy the file. You hit this, you copy. If you want to delete it, you hit this file. If I want to export it, right here, I can open it in another app by clicking this, and it'll bring up any optional apps here that you can open it in. And as you can see, I got everything from Google Drive to Edmodo. I can also copy the link. Of course, in my case, I'm going to actually upload it straight to my Google Drive, so I'll have it for later, and I'm going to QR code it later for my students. So depending on anything, it's going to ask you before it brings anything up. Once it has anything else, you can put it into a classroom folder or anything else. In this case, I'm going to put it under the tech table. If there's an error, it will tell you. If not, it will go right into the progress, popping the code right into there. And now, if I go to my Google Drive, there is the project ready to go. And I can hit, of course, the information button. I can make this public or private. Of course, I can fix that right here. And then, of course, I can get a link. It will copy the clipboard. Or if I go into my hard drive here, or if I go into desktop mode, once I'm in desktop here, I can quickly share it. I'm going to make the file anyone with this link. Save that, and I'm going to make it as well. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into my QR code creator. And with one of my student iPads, I am going to open my URL. I'm going to say right here, item is created, stick around a Google app, download the file using the apps installed to open. I'm going to hit download on it. It's going to take a second. And right there, it gives me the option, open this and stick around. I'll say yes, open this and stick around. It's a 6.6 megabyte file. It's going to quickly download it. And there it is, ready to go. Let's play coffee making. And you even get your instructions.
This is the order of events and how you make coffee.
So let's play. And that is how you create and stick around for your class, export it, and give it to the students for them to have fun, create innovative lessons, and everything else. And quickly before we leave, I am of course going to go over really quick exactly how you can create an Explain Anything tutorial. All you have to do is go into Explain Anything, find your file, say open up in More, and when it gives you the option, you go right here. You don't go into any of these files. You just go to More and you export this as an XPL file because it's smaller imported. Once I hit this, it will ask you, what would you like to open this? And I just say, open and stick around. And then it will say right there, is convert it. Would you like to import? You say, okay. It will convert it in quickly. And now the tutorial is all ready to be imported right there into your recordings to be added into your puzzle. As you can see, Stick Around is available right now at the iOS App Store for $2.99. There's an educational discount for 20 and more for $1.49. The app is fantastic and works with Explain Everything with no problems whatsoever. It is a great creativity app in the creation of education as well as business and tutorials. And it is actually very limitless in what you actually can do with Stick Around. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you will download Stick Around and check it out. If not, you can look around for Tony Vincent on Twitter as well as his own blog at Learning at Hand. And you actually can head over to the Explain Everything here for their wonderful tutorials as well as other learning apps you can on their website. Everybody have a fantastic time, and I will see you later when we take your classroom to the next level.